Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX day trade setup for today. So levels we were looking at yesterday are still very much in play, and I'm going to leave them in for now. There's 4 of them, so just pay very close attention. We'll just ease them off a little bit. We did nothing yesterday, and that's basically because the USA is trying to raise the debt ceiling, and obviously politicians will be arguing the point either way. We did pull back ever so slightly. Trend is up on the 3-hour. Look at my oscillators here. Really decent diversions. If you look from the swing, you can take that swing low, all the swing low here. See our price is rising and the oscillator is dropping. So that is bullish diversions. And then we obviously have a little bit of structure here, like that, which could be a flag. At the moment, that's the only thing that I can see. I don't see anything else. And bear in mind that this level, I don't trust that little pin bar below the level. So, that always indicates that there's a drop low. I don't really trust this level that much. This is the level, and just below all these tails is what I would prefer, I suppose. So, just looking at that, I just want to adjust that slightly. Definitely a channel. It's a bear channel in a bull trend. So in other words, it could potentially be a flag. We need to break above the highs of yesterday for that to happen. Now I'm just going to move this level here up ever so slightly because there is something to pay attention to right here. Let's get it right. Okay. So this is 16176. So there are 2 levels we need to pay attention to. First one obviously is where we are now, 16227. Drop below that, then I'm expecting 16176 to play out. But now if we drop down to 15 minutes, see how we had these pin bars, but we missed the level. We missed the 1-hour level. We got the 50-minute level, which was this tail here. You can see we tagged that, but was short-lived, dropped down, and then the USA debt ceiling backwards and forth, which was here. So, very difficult one. The right thing to do is actually just leave us alone, to be honest. But nevertheless, the trend is up, and at the moment we definitely flirting with that 16300, which is an all-time high environment. Now, we were expecting some kind of rejection here. We did drop. We've got a gap here, and there's a gap up there as well. There's 2 gaps up there from Friday. Oscillator's easing off at the moment, so I'm gonna gamble here. I think it's the right way to look at this. So we are in amongst moving averages. Moving averages are fairly flat. So what you're looking for here is some kind of support. Now, you can't bargain on these tails on this side of price. You need to look to the left of price. So in other words, price has come down, so you need to look here. So this area where we are now is definitely something to pay attention to. But then you can see that level comes into play there, this tail. And a little bit of a better one as well is that tail there. So all of this comes into play. So I would argue you are looking for some structure to buy off at 16227, at 16215, and at 16208. And I would have my stop below this pin bar of yesterday, which is 16193. Smallish position, and just coming back to the hour, still a couple of hours before the market opens, so this should work itself out. But that's kind of the logic I've got. If we do start breaking above the structure to the upside here, and so I'm going to have to add more levels here, so it's going to make it really, really messy. This is important because look at all the tails here. So that's the closest bit of structure. So 16,240. So that's another way of looking at this. Break, come back, test this. That breaks the trend line. And then we would be looking for another attack at 16,300. Actually, all-time high. So that's kind of my view at the moment. I think we're going to be messy, though. I think really we're going to be as messy as what it was here. We're still going to be fairly messy, but pay attention to all these levels to downside. That's the most logical thing. If we start getting through this area here, then the next logical spot is 16,176. Drop through that, then I'm sitting quietly on the side and I'm waiting for it to come back and test all the structure that's here, because this is going to be a really decent opportunity. But just looking at the 3-hour, that's definitely bullish at the moment. What we're seeing here is extremely bullish. So this is just a rejection of the all-time high. We're going to gather our thoughts, and the question is, where are we going to gather those thoughts for another attempt at 16,300? So V reversals are extremely rare, and so you need to keep that in the back of your mind as well. We do have a solid area of support here, so I would expect us to find support somewhere in here during the market open. Okay, hope that helps, and we will catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.